The Heal.Thy.Man.Chronicles live Tuesdays and Thursdays. You may be like, well, dude, it's not really Tuesday and Thursday because last week you weren't here. I know. I got the cooties. I got COVID last week. Crazy. I didn't even think that thing still existed. And it does. So please, 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 everybody, be safe out there. Be safe out there. Be safe out there. It's no joke, man. It's no joke. I'm excited. Thank you all for being here. This is my name is Paul. You see here at the in my title. This whole channel, this whole space for me to do these lives on Tuesdays and Thursdays is a space for men to have a check-in on where they are as far as their fulfillment, where they are as their with their self-awareness, and give some tidbits and things to ponder and look through and look at to really ensure that they're on the path to their health and well-being. So, without any further ado, let's get into what we're going over today. The masks of man. What? Yes, the masks of man. So, one of the things, like when I first learned about this, or when I really first dived into this concept, I saw this documentary called The Masks That We Live In. And it was a documentary featuring one of my now good friends, and I consider him a mentor and a hell of a really good dude in Shanti Branch, and he has an organization called the Ever Forward Club. They have a movement called the Million Mask Movement. In this documentary, Ashanti took a group of these teenage boys, I'm going to say teenage young men, through a practice of writing on a piece of paper on the front, like what it is that they put out to the world. On the back, he had these young men write what it is that they hide. Now, this was a powerful experience because what they did is they crumpled up the paper, they put it in a trash can, and then he had each of the young men pick out a piece of paper and then read it, the front and the back. As the young men were reading it, he invited the young men to raise their hand if they experienced any of these things that were written on the piece of paper. And it was such a powerful scene because as these young men were reading pieces of paper from other young men, they realized, like, oh my gosh, you experienced that too? And the conversation got deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper in regards to, hey, listen, these are the things that I put out to the world, that I'm confident, that I got it all, that I know it. Then on the back end, they put on the paper that they were hiding depression, they were hiding anger, they were hiding sadness, they were hiding grief. And it hit me because I was like, God, that's what I do too. That's what I do too. I constantly wear masks, constantly. And when I saw, what was really interesting, when I saw this image, or when I went to Discord and I said, show me, I did the imagine prompt. Imagine a man standing in front of many masks that he has the option to wear in a day. And you notice all the masks, there's some that are regal, some that are basic, some that are plain, some that are like superhero-ish, some that are just like grotesque. And it's just like a span of different things that we experience and that we as men. And actually, this is a lot of people wear masks in today's society. A lot of people wear masks. This is my Band-Aid here. I got a fist removed yesterday, taking care of myself. And I thought it was really fascinating because we all wear masks. And the thing that happens is that for men especially, it can be extremely detrimental to our health and well-being. Most men will fail to even recognize it because they'll be like, you know what, listen, it's just what I got to do, right? And it starts off in an early conditioning of, well, stop crying. Rub some dirt on it, man. You'll be fine. Like, don't let anybody see you angry, or don't let them see you sad, man. Like, we break up in a relationship. Man, don't worry about it. Just do this instead. Don't let anybody see you sweat, or don't let anybody see you crying, or like that you're upset about this. Dust it off. Pretend like this. Pretend this. Pretend that. Right? That becomes a masquerade. It becomes a situation that has people thinking, well, you know what? I'm just going to cover up what's going on inside. And it becomes like I'm going to speak for myself. I've heard it so much that it became normal for me. And here's the other thing from my experience growing up, one of the things I found like doing my work is that I created masks for myself because I created masks to be in front of certain people to either be accepted or to experience a sense of safety or belonging or security. And what happened is, and what can happen, and what happened to me is that I was wearing so masks for so long that it took me time, it took me effort, it took me work to figure out who the heck I really am. Who am I authentically when I'm in these different spaces? Am I father, like non-custodial dad Paul? Am I the jovial Paul? And my friend, my man, and my another guy that mentored me, really a powerful person in my life, good friend, Coach Michael Thomas calls it toxic positivity. I think that's what he calls it. Like, yeah, it was like basically like I remember going part of my life, like I was every day, it was like, hey, happy Monday, happy Tuesday, hey. And inside, like I was really at that point in my time is when I was at my darkest behind my mask. On the front, I was like, yeah, everything is I'm great. I'm great. Hey, happy Thursday. Hey, great to meet you. Hey, going overboard. And then when I was by myself, I was drinking my face off, smoking, watching porn, the huge, right? I was in such a bad, dark place, broke as mug, didn't have doo-doo, nada. And it was a rough time for me. And I was slowly, as much as I was putting on outside, that everything was great. Like everything was a freaking mess. It was a mess. So I want to read this. I want to read something to you. Um, and this is a call. This is to men here. Um, Life has taught you to hide who you really are. It's a form of self-protection. I don't think any human being on this planet can escape the mask they have created. It's a beautiful thing, really. You took such great care of yourself that you created your own mask as a way to self-protect. It's a beautiful thing until it's not. Until the mask you hide behind keeps you from being who you really are. Until showing your feelings to those closest to you seems impossible. Until you want nothing more in your life than to cry, be angry, show your soft side, your artsy side. Until the creative human being that you truly are with a wide range of emotions is literally suffocating from the weight of not being real. My dude, I see you. I'm a stand for you, a guide for you, to access the parts of yourself that are dying to be shared. When I tell you the impact of every story I hear of a man struggling with their mental health or hear of another man killing himself, feels like a gut punch because I know it could have been different. A man, someone's father, son, brother, husband could still possibly be alive if he knew he wasn't alone. That it's okay to feel what he's feeling and to be who he really was. The state of men's mental health or lack thereof is that serious. And I'm doing something about it. That's what these podcasts are for. That's what these recordings are for. Because listen, we all struggle with the weight of a mask that we wear, and it's something that I wrote about in a post yesterday. It's either we wear the mask or the mask wears us. Okay, what's the difference? Well, when I go into a meeting or when I'm on the phone, for example, I'm gonna call myself out. When I'm at my job, when I get on the phone, I put on a mask. What that looks like is I have a certain tone. I have a certain intention. The reason being is because someone's calling me with an issue. If I was just like days ago, like, ah, man, you know what? Hey, like, I'm focused on this today, then my attention is going to be somewhere else rather than being on the issue at hand. So I put the mask on of this customer service, this customer success persona, because in that mask and with that mask, I am intent on helping this person solve a problem or address a solution or come to a solution, right? So every like my being changes. Now I'm to be truth be told, like I'm like that in a lot of ways. I like to help people solve their problems. I like to help people get to their solutions. And I like to help them. The difference is I like to help them find their way. So the distinction is when I'm at my job, it's like, okay, I want to get to a solution really quick. Like I know the answer, boom. When I'm doing my work and when I'm working with other men, it's about being patient, asking questions, and helping them find their own solutions. Okay. There's a different tone. There's a different intention. There's a different intention when I'm in that space, when I'm my authentic self. When I'm in that space, I can let people, I'm clear to let people know, like, hey, I may have yet to know the answer to your question. And it's far from my question to answer. Whereas at work, it's like, well, look, you know what, man? I'm going to find that out for you. I'm clear that I'm going to find out a solution because it's a product. Okay. There is a solution. When I'm working with men and I'm coming from an authentic self, it's about being a mirror. It's about being a portal, shining someone's light in front of them so they can find their path. And that means that I support men in helping them take off their mask, even if it's for a session, for a moment, to really allow themselves to be seen. And here's the kicker. When we wear a mask, are we allowing ourselves to be seen? Are we really allowing ourselves to be seen? Nope. And that's what it is. Unfortunately, I wish I could say, hey, you can go through life without ever wearing a mask, and you can. The thing is that as we navigate life, and I speak this to men, it's like there's going to be times where it's going to be helpful to have a mask to put on to either get through a situation or to, like, you know what, hey, you know what, this is what I get to do right now to get here. While I may resist or not like this situation that I'm in, I know that this situation is getting me somewhere else. Okay, I know it's getting me somewhere else. So listen, this is today's segment, the mask of man. So I want you, as a takeaway, I want you to today to look at what are the masks that you wear. Is it the mask of a father, a worker, a co-parent, an investor, a boss, I don't know, whatever it is? What are the masks that you wear? And then start to really reflect on what is it that I put on the outside that and what is it that I hide on the inside, or I hide behind the mask. Look, I'm going to create this. It's the Ever Forward Club. And I'm going to have this here. I'm going to post this up for you here so you can take a look at this, right? Because the Ever Forward Club, this is about the Million Mask movement here. Okay. And I'm going to scroll this across, add banner. Yep. So you see here, that's it. The everforwardclub.org. Okay. And yeah, you can actually create a mask. I'm going to post this up too. And actually, I'm going to post this instead. Hold on, stop. All right. Okay. So this is the everforwardclub.org Million Mask Movement. I highly encourage you to check this site out. You can go on the site, you can print out a sheet, write it. You can write this out, right? You can draw a mask, like you could, get your art skills out, draw circle holes, mouth or what have you. And on the front or on the mask, yeah, on the mask, you can write what you put on the outside, what you show the world on the outside. And then on the outside of the mask, as a representation of what you hide, you could write down like what you hide. Is it sadness? Is it anger? Is it assertive? Is it art? Is it being creative? It could be a ton of things. It's far from me to tell you what it is. It is. and it's welcome, man. The thing is the more that we deny what we hide or what we put behind the mask, the more it's held dormant, is the more it harms us, because that could be our lifeline. That could be our source of inspiration. That could be something that we've been holding on to for so long that rather than allowing it to be expressed, it destroys us. So I invite you to do this activity and really take your time with it, be in it, be in the moment with this, because I think this is important for all men to do and address. Address the mask that you live in, and acknowledge the masks that you wear, and acknowledge what you hide behind it. Give those aspects or those things that you hide behind a mask, give them their shine. Allow them to be seen, and allow yourself to be seen in your full glory, in your full beautiful authentic self. With that, I am out, man. Listen, you can check me. You can get more of me here at on Instagram, IG, at Heal.Thy.Man.Method. Also at on Instagram at newwellness.guides. I'm on TikTok as New Wellness Guides. Also, you have this channel, and then you can also go to the website below, Heal.Thy.Man.Method.com. Listen, this is important for me, and I really want to make sure that men are taken care of, men get the support that they need. So get the support you need. All right. Be well. It's October 31st. Go out there and get you some candy, maybe some Kit Kats and Snickers. I don't know, whatever makes you happy. And also address this mask that you wear and what you hide behind it. Peace, everybody. Until Thursday, or until next time, whenever you see this, be well.